welcome to the Man Cave Media Network and the special episode 3 of the Down East Prep Report. Champions episode part 3. Was that your phone going off?
Yeah, that was my phone.
You prepped the kids, the high schoolers, about if their phones were on vibrate, and his phone's the one that goes off, Ryan. How about
Forgive
that?
me, that was one of those pick up your kid at school here soon type of thing. So I think you can give me a pass.
Okay, we will. So anyway, championship episode part 3, brought to you by Marine Federal Credit Union. I'm your host, Steve Goodson, and along with the alarm sounding phone of Chris Miller. So thank you for joining us today. So over the past 2 weeks on this show, we've been telling the story. Oh, and I will say, as you see, if folks are watching, we have our mascot. She's made friends with Luke. That's Millie. She's been eating on a peanut butter little thing. So Luke, as long as you rub her, she'll sit right there, dude. So anyway, we've been telling the story of the most decorated wrestling weekend in our area's history. We started with 3 state champions from White Oak, James Campos, Malia Vincent, and Adriana Miller. Then we brought you Max Davis from Jacksonville High School and Morgan Foy from the Onslow Early College. Now the final 2 from Croatan High School. That gives us 7 state champions, 1 weekend, 1 venue in the Greensboro Coliseum. So whether you're a parent, a grandparent, or an athlete of a diehard fan of a local high school athletic program, this is your home for all things high school sports, and it's right here on the Down East Prep Report, brought to you by Marine Federal Credit Union. At Marine Federal, you're more than just a member. You're part of a community with personalized service, competitive rates, and a commitment to your goals. Marine Federal is here to help you thrive every step of the way. Visit marinefederal.org to learn more and discover how Marine Federal Credit Union can help you build a better financial future. So just real quick, we want to thank Vital Signs and Michael Lazaro Jr. For partnering with us for the T-shirts that the kids will get, and the coach who went to go get gas, didn't want to be on air. So that's cool. Get that. So thank you, Michael Lazaro Jr. and Senator Mike Lazaro, for partnering with that. And we're going to hop right into the interview, right?
Yeah.
All right, man. So
folks of the hour.
let's get going. So Croatan Cougars wrestling had a season for the books. They won the 5A, 6A Coastal Conference dual and tournament titles. They went to the 5A dual team state championship and finished as state runners-up, losing a close one to West Rowan 38-30. And they sent 2 wrestlers to the podium who came home with gold. Luke Padgett is a junior at Croatan. He came in as the East's 2nd seed at the 190-pound weight class, won 22-6 in the semis, 7-5 in the quarters, and then grounded out. Or did I have it backwards there? You won 22-6 in semis, 7-5 in the quarters, or was it reverse?
In the semis was 7-5.
Okay, 7-5, so I had it reversed. And then you grounded out a 1-0 decision in the championship match to finish the season at 50-1. And I will tell you that the one loss, he avenged it in the finals. Correct?
Yes, sir.
That's awesome, man. And that's one loss the entire season, and that's awesome. Bella Johnson, sophomore, Croatan, went to Greensboro 43-0, left 47-0, or 46-0, right? Yeah, 46-0. 17-1 in first round, 7-3 decision in semis, and then a pin in the final to claim the 5A title at the 100-pound weight class. Perfect season. Folks, thank you for joining us today, man. We appreciate you guys coming, and we're going to talk real quick about y'all's journey. Sound good?
Sounds
Perfect.
good.
All right. So we're going to rotate questions between Chris and I, and I'll just start off. So this is for both of you guys, and I'll start with Bella, and then you can answer Luke after her. So take me back to Greensboro. When the ref raised your hand, what did it feel like? And who were you looking for first?
I would definitely say there was a lot of emotions all at once. I would mainly say like relief and excitement that I did it and it was like over with. And I definitely looked for my family in the stands because they stayed really late to watch the finals. And they drove all over to come and support me. So.
Did you? That's awesome. Luke?
Yeah, and I can attest to that. I was there that night, and everyone was like, "You were the last match of the night, right?"
There
one of the
was
last ones.
2 more after me, but yeah.
So we were there late the night before, but yeah, it was amazing. It was like a weight had been lifted off my back because like the whole time I knew I could do it, but I still had to prove I could. And once I won, I mean, the first person I looked for was definitely my dad because he's definitely been a big supporter for me. And then also a bunch of my friends drove up to Greensboro for the day to watch the finals match, and so celebrating with them some too.
So one reoccurring theme I have was it went late in the night. Everyone we've talked to has said you wrestled until, some folks wrestled until midnight, didn't they, or something like that?
Yeah, I think my match was at like midnight.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
That was for the girls mainly, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think the guys went quite as late. I don't think
No.
so.
Okay.
How tough was that mentally though? Because usually these things get done pretty quickly or quicker. But was that tough on you and other wrestlers mentally?
Yeah, it was definitely hard, like trying to keep the energy up so late and waiting so long, expecting it to start a lot earlier than it did.
So, Luke, Croatan wrestling is a state power. You had a great season as a dual team, finished a state runner-up on the dual team. How much did the team success fuel you as an individual wrestler? I mean, did it give you even more motivation to succeed in the state tournament?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, with a team that's pretty young, like ours is, doing as well as we did, and beating some solid teams, it definitely encouraged me. And just falling short at the last match definitely encouraged me to push forward and win.
What about you, Bella? A strong season for the girls as well. How much did their success kind of motivate you to take it up a notch?
It was definitely exciting seeing like how many girls qualified for states, because last year it was only me. So having kind of like them as a team there was a lot of excitement.
That's awesome. So 43-0 going into Greensboro, undefeated all season as a sophomore, carrying that perfect record into the state tournament. Confidence or pressure?
I would definitely say a lot more pressure than confidence. I feel like going into the state tournament, especially seeing someone with a perfect record, it's like they want to be the first one to give you that loss.
Yeah.
So, but I would say a little confidence knowing that I can rely on like my skills and my technique to get me to the finals.
So did you feel like you said walking in 43-0? Did you feel like maybe target on your back?
Yes, definitely.
Most definitely. So Luke, let me ask you this: your championship final against C-Force Harrison's Compton, who beat you in the regionals, correct? In the finals, that ended 1-0, 1 point, tightest possible outcome. So walk me through the match. When you're in a tight match, or walk me through any, 1-0, obviously tight match, but when you're in a match like that with the state title on the line, what's going through your head, man?
I mean, a lot of pressure for sure, but I mean, I was kind of wasn't really thinking about the pressure, kind of was in the match, and if anything, I was kind of getting frustrated because there was 3 separate occasions where I thought I should have scored on him and gotten a takedown, and I didn't get awarded the takedown because we went out of bounds.
You were out, yeah, right.
Or we ran out of time or something, and I just had to fight that and stay focused and to stay in the match, and yeah, it got to the point where I remember coming back to the middle, and there was 30 seconds left on the clock, and I was up 1-0, and I was like, come on, Luke. I know you're tired, but 30 seconds left. Let's go.
So follow up. So was that literally the longest 30 seconds that you've ever been on a wrestling mat?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But I don't know. I wrestled pretty smart at the end, and, came out with the win.
That's awesome. Before you ask your question, we have a regular viewer watching. She's a loyal viewer of ours, Joy Likens from here in Jacksonville. She just wants both of you guys to know congratulations. She's watches the show every week. She has a grandson that goes to New Bern High School and plays basketball. Good little basketball player, but she watches every week. And so, Joy, thank you for congratulating these kids.
That's awesome. What's her grandson's name? I know a bunch of people out in New Bern.
Oh, Joy, tell me what your grandson's name is, and I'll tell him when we bring it up.
Okay.
So, Luke, I know as a sophomore you're a state qualifier, and then I ask wrestlers this all the time about how intimidating it is walking into Greensboro Coliseum during the state final. So, is it as intimidating as people say it is, and how much did that experience wrestling last year in the state tournament how much did that kind of push you forward this year?
It definitely helped being there as a sophomore. Definitely, I was more nerve wracking my sophomore year because it was like I barely made it there. I thought everybody there was my level or better, but going in this year, I'm like, all right, I've already been there last year. I know the deal, and the place is humongous. It looks unreal.
It's legit. I mean, it's
Yeah.
legit. I mean,
Yeah.
you're playing where not next year, but the following year they're playing the ACC tournament in basketball on the ground.
It's humongous. But I mean, then again, no matter how big the venue is, you're in the match, and it's a small world once you're wrestling.
And the mat's the same size, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Bella? I mean, talk about you talk about your state final your state final performance, but talk about that semifinal match because that was a little bit of a hard one too, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I feel like there was a lot more like nerves going into that match because I did wrestle her last year at the state tournament in the consies, and I only beat her 3-0. So there was definitely a lot more nerves, and like knowing that we both put in the work in the off season, just kind of seeing how that match went.
Does it help or hurt having already wrestled somebody that you're a little bit familiar with, or is it a little bit more fun not knowing exactly what to expect?
I feel like it's more fun not knowing what to expect because I feel like going in knowing like how they wrestle and stuff, I feel like there's more expectations on it that you should beat her or know what they're doing.
All right. She says her grandson's name is Nicholas Jewell.
Nicholas Jewell.
Jewell, Jewell. So that is. Thank you for that, Joy. Bella, sophomore means you could have 2 more trips. State tournament appearances ahead. Does that feel like a gift, or does it feel like already this is kind of expectations? And second part of that, what's the goal from here out, and how do you stay hungry when you're crushing, you're on top, right?
So I feel like it's definitely a gift because most people don't achieve that state title until their junior or senior year. But also with the expectation that like I do have 2 more years to get the state title and be a 3-timer.
Nice. That's nice. Luke, you're a junior. You come back for your senior season as man. It's got a pretty good little ring to it. State champ Luke Padgett or defending state champ. That's got a good ring to it. So what does that mean to you and that target on your back that I talked about earlier with Bella? What's your goals and what's it looking like for next year? Do you guys now, and follow up, and both of you can answer. So if you can answer that, you guys, wrestling just now is not just a winter sport. I'm assuming you guys probably wrestle summertime and stuff like that. So if you would answer that first and then follow up to what it's looking like this summer and moving forward, and then Bella, you could piggyback on that from the summer and stuff like that.
So answer the first, like
The part about moving into next year now, kind of target on your back. So what's your goals as the defending state champ now?
I mean, it's going into the season, everyone's 0-0. I have the state championship, under my belt now, but I mean, that doesn't mean anything. Everybody is hungry. Everyone's going to be coming for me. So, I just got to go in every match and respect every opponent and just do what I do best.
Yeah.
As my old Coach Mann always says, go do what you do best.
And you're going to continue on this summer. I'm assuming now wrestling is becoming almost like a year-round sport for you. So you wrestle this summer. We've had kids on previously said they were going to Fargo, to Vegas. They're going to other places this summer and continue wrestling. Is that on the in store for you guys as well?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my first practice after states was 3 days after states.
So you got a little break.
Yeah, 3 days, and then we practice all throughout the summer and the spring, and all throughout. My club team did a really cool thing this year where they kept running practices through the high school season, and so after my high school practice, I could still go out there and get some more work in. So
good deal. That's awesome. Bella, what about you?
Yeah, I definitely will keep practicing. I have a couple tournaments planned for the off season. The NHSCAA Nationals at the end of this month, and then I think I have a dual tournament over the summer. But
Okay, good.
And Luke, I wanted to ask you, as going back to the dual team. So y'all had 3 matches in one day. The third round, fourth round, and the state final.
did, yeah.
First of all, how hard was that? Was that hard mentally and physically? I mean, how were y'all able to kind of take care of business wrestling 3 times?
I mean, it was definitely tough. I think I liked it a lot more because it didn't let nerves get in your way and, really think about the match too much and overthink it. It let us kind of just get warm and stay warm and stay in the flow. But it definitely was difficult because you went from one match straight to the next, straight to the next.
So and I think the thing I like about y'all is that I think a lot of coaches, and Steve, you and I talked about this before, that with the crazy schedule this year, I don't think a lot of teams really took the dual team as seriously as they should have. The one thing about you guys is you guys take everything serious. So y'all weren't messing around in those dual team. I mean, that still meant something to you guys. I mean, am I right there?
Yeah, for sure.
What about you, Bella? How about I forgot, how did y'all finish dual team?
The girls didn't do as well. We went 0-2, but the matches that we did wrestle were really close.
So how good can y'all be going forward next year?
I feel like next year, since we had no seniors this year, so we had a young team just like the boys. So I feel like we'll be able to grow as a team together and getting the upcoming freshmen fill in those missing spots.
Yeah. Is there somebody in your life, a coach, parent, sibling, teacher, a best friend, who's somebody that deserves some credit too for you winning the state title?
I would definitely say my dad and Coach Bean. Coach Bean has coached me since I started wrestling, and he kind of followed me up to high school and stuff. So that's pretty nice. And then my dad just always supporting me and being in my corner throughout the off season and in season.
What about you, Luke? Is there somebody, like I said, teacher, coach, parent, anybody that you also deserves credit?
Yeah, for sure. My club coach, Coach Justin Perry, he's put in countless hours behind the scenes helping me out at my club team. Keeping practice going during the high school season, even when there's only 4 or 5 kids coming to practice. So he's definitely helped me a lot. And, he's from Jersey, has a wrestling background, so he's been able to help me out a lot. And then, like I said, my dad's been a big supporter as well.
What's your club? What's your club? Who do you wrestle for?
It's a newer club called Walters OTM.
Okay.
It's in New Bern.
All right. We've been tagging in Instagram. We've been tagging some of the clubs. If they've got an Instagram page, I want to make sure we tag them. Do you wrestle with the same club?
Yeah.
Okay. So when we get done, I want to get there. I want to get that info from you guys. So we talked earlier. 7 state champions. Now with the 3rd episode. So big picture, what does that say to you guys about wrestling down here, down east, or down in our area, Onslow County, Carteret County, down in this area, your conference? What do you guys think? And I'll let whoever start.
I mean, obviously they just had the new classification split up. So, I mean, state championships are technically easier to get now. However, our area definitely has stepped it up. A lot of the group that's around my age is taking the sport more seriously and buying in. And all the clubs that are going year round have grown a lot recently. And this is great to see. North Carolina wrestling is definitely improving a lot.
Awesome. Bella?
Yeah, I definitely feel like the east area is getting stronger, and knowing that you're competing with the best helps you get better.
That's awesome. Last question, and then we've got some questions I didn't share with you. If you've watched any of this stuff, we have stuff called rapid fire. So I've got some questions where you just first thing that comes to your mind. But before that, so when you guys look back on this someday, 10 years, 20 years, whatever from now, what's the one thing you hope you remember most about that weekend? And I'll let whoever decide to go first.
You can go ahead if you want.
Definitely,
Oh, you're such a good gentleman.
Nice gentleman. Yeah.
I try.
Definitely everybody who was there to support me and showed up when it mattered.
That's awesome. Luke?
Yeah, the moment I definitely want to remember is when that final whistle blew and I realized I just won states and looked up and all my family was celebrating. It's really cool. My dad's cousin was actually there and was recording everybody's reaction, so I have that on video. It's really, really cool to see.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
That's the only, yeah. You got some
Bella, I
more?
wanted to ask you about expand more about the girls wrestling, because it has really skyrocketed the popularity. And what does that mean to you? The fact that this sport continues to get bigger and better and more popular. Does that mean a lot to you?
It definitely does. It's really like encouraging to see like, especially like new girls in 1 year like advance so much just from a season.
Mm-hmm. What kind of advice would you give up and coming young ladies who want to try wrestling and I don't know, maybe not? What kind of advice would you give them?
I would definitely tell them to give it a shot and don't let like what other people tell you like really get into your head, and just really like focus and work hard.
That's awesome. One more question that I should have asked at the beginning. So how old were you guys when y'all started wrestling? Just for, I mean, did you pick it up, Bella, in high school? I mean, when you got to high school or middle school, and Luke, when did you step up? Did your dad wrestle in high school and stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
I started in 6th grade because during like COVID, I went to one of my brother's practices who's like younger than me, and it looked like really cool, and I really wanted to do jujitsu, but my dad told me to try out wrestling first.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Luke?
Yeah, my dad, he was a high school wrestler actually for Dixon.
So you're okay. So that answers the question. So I saw your last name, Padgett. A lot of Dixons. I mean, a lot of Padgetts in the Dixon area. So your family's originally from the Sneads Ferry or the Dixon area.
Yeah. So yeah, my dad's family's from around there.
Okay. And he wrestled in high school.
He did. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is great.
Dixon are gonna call him up tomorrow.
Yeah, coach, but watch it. There's some recruiting going on maybe around there. So, all right. So both these questions are for both of you guys. I'll just rotate. All right. First thing that comes to your mind. All right. Here we go. Early morning practice or late night practice, Luke?
Late night for sure.
Early morning.
Early morning. What song, if so, was stuck in your head that weekend or pre-match?
Wedding Dress by Megan Maroney.
Okay.
Dancing in the Dark by Rihanna.
Nice. Okay. Toughest part of the season, one word. Just toughest part of the season, one word. Ooh, that's tough, isn't it?
I have a lot of words for this, but I can't do it in one word.
Okay.
I'd say
Multiple.
resisting mom's cooking because she's
Okay.
an Italian.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to lead into the next question. Toughest part of the season.
I would say confidence.
Confidence. Toughest thing about making weight or keeping it. Starbucks. And your mom's cooking? Meatballs. Gotta love it. You've got one wrestling move, and it's your go-to move when it matters the most. What is it, Luke? What's your go-to move, man?
Whatever's available.
Okay. I like that. Bella?
I would say an ankle pick or a dump.
Okay. First meal after you won the title, what did you eat? Now, I know it was late, but do you remember what you ate? You probably had to get a little snack, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't remember.
You don't remember? Luke, do you remember what you had?
We went to this hole-in-the-wall Mediterranean restaurant that was probably some of the best food I've ever had.
Okay. So that was your meal. I've been doing this now for 3 or 4 months, sucking weight. I'm going to crush it, right? Mm-hmm. Bella, I know you don't remember that. Do you remember what you ate like the next? What was your crush meal after kind of celebrating?
Definitely Mexican.
What, Mexican? Okay. If you weren't wrestling, Bella, what sport would you be playing? Dance. Luke?
Probably soccer or baseball.
Soccer or baseball. Okay. One word your teammates would use to describe you on the mat.
I don't really know.
Man, we're really beating him
We're
up.
beating him.
I don't know.
Aggressive.
You have to ask my teammates.
Aggressive. Calm. Bella, what about you? One word.
We'll go with aggressive.
Okay. What's one word they might use to describe you off the mat?
Funny.
Luke?
Charismatic.
Charismatic.
Ooh,
I think the key to this is letting Bella go first and then letting Luke follow. Now this may or may not be true. Someone potentially may have doubted you along this journey, along this way. Did not think that you could win the state championship. do they know now if you had somebody in that corner that felt that way? Do they know what you just did, Bella?
Yes.
And you had somebody that potentially thought you might not could win it?
Yes.
Luke?
I don't know if there was anybody that thought that I wasn't gonna win it that I know, but not to sound cocky.
No. I mean, some people that don't. That's right.
I have a friend that I'm really close with him, and he always likes to jokingly hate on me.
Yeah.
And so he was constantly telling me I wasn't gonna win. But,
Okay.
Shout out Noah Cox.
No, that's cool. Shout out to who?
Noah Cox.
Okay. Noah, you've been called out. Team runner-up in the state duels or individual state champions? Runner-up stings more or state champion shines more? Which one?
Not to be selfish, but definitely
Nah,
state
dude,
champ shines
that's
more.
that's not a seven. Bella, would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. All right, last question that I have, and this is how we end all rapid fires. And this is one word, just one word. Can't have multitudes of words. And I'll let her go first. Croatan wrestling is. Powerful. Hyphenated word, but powerful. That's okay.
Improving.
Improving. That's great. You got anything else for him?
All right, one word. Luke, you first. One word to describe Coach Dave Perry.
Did you ride with him here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it better be a good word right now. I'm just messing. One word to describe Coach Perry.
Great.
Great. That's right.
I mean, I don't have
You
time
need to
think.
start with Bella because she always.
I don't have time to think.
No, I'm just
One
messing.
word to describe Coach Perry.
Encouraging.
Encouraging. That's
So
awesome.
no meanness, no no negative words like that.
Man, he tries to get you in a sling here. Now I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell
I
you
gotta
that.
boost the ratings.
No, that's right. Well, listen, guys, thank you so much. It's awesome. Congratulations. You were glad to get you guys here. You were the 6 and 7 of the state champions in our area. Luke Padgett, Bella Johnson, Croatan Cougars, and state champions. That's 7. 7 state champions from our area. Again, James Campos, Malia Vinson, Adriana Miller from White Oak, Max Davis, Jacksonville High School, Morgan Foy, Onslow Early College, and now Luke and Bella from Croatan. 7 titles, but more importantly, 7 stories, 7 individual stories, 7 athletes who put in their work every single day and delivered when it counted most. And that's what the Down East Prep Report that we do every week is built on, telling the stories of this community that don't always get the spotlight that they deserve. And these 7 athletes, as well as the athletes that wrestled and didn't win state championships, they deserve it because, as we talked about in the past, if you want to be tested mentally and physically, wrestling is the sport that does it. I mean, hands down. So to everyone who's following along during these 3 episodes, thank you. If this series means something to you, share it because we've got 3 episodes now, and let people know what's happening with the wrestling in our area, and these kids have earned it. So that's going to wrap it up for the Down East Prep Report show, brought to you by Marine Federal Credit Union. A big thank you again to, and I'm going to say it because I know it doesn't get old. State champs from Croatan High School, state champ Luke Padgett, and state champ Bella Johnson. And of course, a big thanks to Chris Miller for his wisdom, knowledge, and insights. And again, thank you to Marine Federal Credit Union, where you're more than just a member, you're part of a community. And you can visit them at marinefederal.org to learn more and discover how Marine Federal Credit Union can help you build a better financial future. So just some programming notes that we're back at our regular schedule, regular time tomorrow, 12 p.m. We got a busy week this week. We're recording tomorrow, 12 p.m. with the first spring sport show of the season, and we'll be welcoming Jacksonville High School baseball coach
Josiah
Zamora. Okay, I just don't want to pronounce his name wrong. And a couple of his standout players, Vasco Sutton and McGuire Lewis. Then later on this week, we're going to be recording. It will not be live, but we're going to be recording the all area boys and girls basketball shows where we'll be announcing. Chris will be announcing the players of the year for the boys and girls basketball in high school, as well as we'll be announcing the first and second teams for those, and those will be recorded this week. But have you made a plan as to when your article and that's going to hit the paper? Is it going to be next week, you think?
It will probably be in next week or so.
Next week or so. And so we'll have that recorded, and only me and you and a couple others will know, and we'll keep it quiet until you release that to the paper and to the public, and then the shows will come out there. So anything else for the masses?
Just two more things real quickly. We
Yeah.
will have, speaking of Croatan, we're going to try to get Coach Benson and a couple of his guys on the lacrosse team.
Yep.
So I think
Defending state champs.
defending state champ.
Man, that just rings, right? State champs and Croatan, yeah.
You know, and just shout out to Coach Perry and his staff, because Croatan remains the standard of area high school wrestling. They continue to produce solid individual teams, but also dual teams, boys and girls, and they're the standard. And I don't think anybody can argue with that.
That's awesome. Well, yeah, congratulations, Coach Perry. I guess being the standard. If you don't want to come on and be in front of the camera, that's all right. You can be the standard. You can be behind the scenes with the standard. So yeah, that's great. So yeah, we're looking forward to having the Croatan lacrosse, and we welcome all the times that we can get the Croatan folks down here. They're outside of Onslow County, but it's a quick trip there, right? So we can be there quickly. So that's all we got. I just want to tell everybody thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and that'll do it. And we'll see you tomorrow.